David, when you say, you made a great point earlier too, when you say separate funds from income growth, I think when people hear that, they hear simple words, but they don't really exactly know what that means. Let's branch off a little bit and talk about how to separate funds from income growth and how to keep the two of those factors away from each other so they don't get tangled and ruin your retirement portfolio.
Yeah, great point, Jim. That's in this comes a big portion. Okay. And this is where, it gets complicated, but for us, it's easy. And we make it simple for the retiree. Okay. So when you come in and we sit down with you, we have a big whiteboard. We kind of go over it with the numbers, but to make it as simple as possible, you need to have two different assets, two different vehicles. Okay. They're both going to be your 401k or your rollover IRA or whatever it is. But those assets need to be separated, and the goals of each are doing different things. One is growth and one is income. One needs to give you a guaranteed lifetime income stream. No matter how long you live, no matter what age, what health you are, that income stream will never stop. No matter 20 years, if the market's down 10 years in a row, okay, market drops, market's up, you will never, ever stop getting that income for the rest of your entire life. And every single retiree needs one of these, whether it's a pension. And if you don't have a pension, this is the perfect way to supplement that pension, okay? And create your own pension. Again, I kind of call myself sometimes a specialized pension planner because I can help out a lot of clients with specialized pensions tailored towards their own being, right? And who doesn't like more income? I mean, come on. So both sides, right, have different plays. Now, that growth side, let's say some people say, hey, I want to leave some to the kids. That growth side maybe can put towards the kids. I'm a big proponent on making my client as much income as possible. Whatever's left over is whatever's left over to the kids. Okay. I'm here for my client first. No one's going to say, hey, I make too much income. I don't want it anymore. That's just not going to happen. Right. So when we look at these things, you have to understand that what is the goal of every retiree? To make enough money to live on retirement comfortably and not have to worry. That is every retiree's goal. Okay. So if we look at that goal, right, and we just bear it down to the straight scenario, all I need to do is help my clients create and maximize their income, and so that it never goes down every year, and it always can guarantee. If they're 100 to 105 to 110 years old, which I'm sure someday we're going to all be able to get there, you can't run out. You have to have that. Now, your growth side might have accumulated, but now you're good on both sides. People don't understand this because what happens is the financial advisors out there and the brokers decide that they want to feed the entire account. Okay. It doesn't have to be that way. You can get a guaranteed income stream and still have a managed portfolio. All right. This is becoming a huge part in retirement, and we're seeing it every day. Now, let me ask you a question though, guys out there listening. Does any company really want you to take your money out of income? I ask this question to every retiree that I meet when I sit down for a seminar that we do. And I say, hey, do you think that a company that you're in, a 401k or an IRA or even your bank, do you think they want you to use your money? The answer is no. They want every dollar that you have in that account so that they can use it for their own goods. They want to be able to buy. They want to be able to invest. They want to be able to use your assets as their assets. How do they do that? They do that through these systems, through the 401ks, through the IRAs, right? So all of these funds that you guys have that you're plugging into, these companies aren't going to tell you how to use.
And if you like that video, be sure to click the subscribe button and hit the notifications bell for weekly content just like this. And for more, click the video on your screen.